Hey everybody, it's another episode of Light Sports Breakdown. This video is going to be more reaction based in regards to The Last Dance, the documentary of the Chicago Bulls and Michael Jordan, ultimately with their two three-peats and their last championship run in 1998. But I want to backtrack a little bit and focus more on the 1993 season, because during the Eastern Conference Finals, before a game, Michael Jordan decides to go to Atlantic City and gamble. And that headline about Jordan having a gambling problem, a lot of stories surfaced that he was gambling, and that this could be an issue, this could be a distraction for the team. And that kind of followed leading up to the finals after they get past the Knicks and they face the Phoenix Suns, Charles Barkley and the Phoenix Suns. The Bulls end up winning that series and winning the finals, but not even a month after the finals, James Jordan, Michael Jordan's father, gets killed. And because of this, the rumors about gambling kind of ramped up. One person in particular, Brian Schmitz of the Orlando Sentinel columnist, speculated that Jordan could be tied into his father's death. Others speculated that his gambling was a factor in his father's death. And after hearing that and watching the documentary, I'm just thinking, how and why would you say such a thing? I mean, obviously in this world, anything can happen, and a lot of people do some crazy things that nobody really expects happen. But to say that he was a factor in his father's death after you can see that this human being is suffering, losing such a close friend, and not only just a friend but a father, I just couldn't believe how, in a way, ruthless the media was to Michael Jordan, and basically putting a target on his back when he's still processing that he's never going to see his dad again. And his circle knows that he didn't do it. But the fact that all these people that he don't even know are just putting words in his mouth or speculating and rumoring that he did more, then he didn't do anything. He didn't do anything. And the fact that you tied gambling into the reason why his father might have died prematurely is just flat out wrong. It's really wrong, and it is just unbelievable that that happened, and I really can't believe that he had to deal through that, and I really don't know how today's athletes would have dealt with that if the media back then is the media now. I mean, obviously there's been a transition between the media from back then because the game was played differently and it was just a different time. And I'm not trying to be too crucial because I ultimately want to be in the media, but it's just, once I heard that, I just couldn't believe it. And I look back at my notes, but I just applaud Michael Jordan for being so strong during that time, because not a lot of athletes could go through that. They could go through losing a father and then be blamed for their father's death, in a way. Not really blamed, but speculated about their father's death. And it made me kind of understand why Michael Jordan ultimately decided to back away from the game of basketball and just focus on something that's bigger than basketball. Obviously, when Michael Jordan was growing up during the documentary, it was talked about how his family and a bunch of people that know him believed that he was going to pursue professional baseball. He ended up not pursuing that and decided to go to basketball. So Jordan decided to retire to kind of reevaluate, focus on the more important things, and fulfill a lifelong dream of his father's. And Jordan said that the last conversation he had was in regards to baseball. So he decided to back away from the game and focus on baseball. And I really just kind of don't understand why people were still trying to crack the code in a way and figure out why. Why would you back away when you're in your prime? You guys just came off winning your third title straight. You guys are riding high. You guys have chemistry, and then you just walk away from the game. And they just kept thinking that, oh, there's got to be something more to this. Jordan can't just walk away and play baseball because his dad's dead. No, it can't be. Maybe the commissioner, David Stern, had this secret suspension that Jordan had to fulfill, so he decided to pass the time. He decided to play baseball. And in the documentary, David Stern kind of sheds light to the whole speculation and said that's not true at all. There's no truth to that at all. There was no speculation. There's no suspension that I gave to Michael Jordan. He walked away on his own accord. And I just don't understand kind of in the lack of humanity that the media had towards Michael Jordan. And it really makes me understand to a further extent to why Jordan acted so ruthless and intense on the court, especially to his teammates, and didn't really want to show, I guess, a sign of weakness or humanity on the court because of all the outside noise he was experiencing through the media. So I found the newfound respect for Michael Jordan because now I can understand why, and I feel like a lot of people would react that way if the pressures that he was going through, like people were dealing with the same thing that he was dealing with. And I feel like it was a whole different level of pressure back then for Michael Jordan, and I really respect his decision to follow his father's dream and play baseball. That was my reaction, guys, to the whole speculation on Michael Jordan's father's death and the gambling. I don't know if you agree with it, but it's just something that was coursing through my mind. A lot of people were focusing on Gary Payton during the finals when they came back, that he was stopping Michael Jordan, but I just felt that it was more important to focus on the conspiracy and the speculation in regards to Michael Jordan and how my opinion of him has changed.